things. But Nasir, let me come to you, because you, I believe, were at the meeting of course legislators with the president today. We heard from him what he had to say. But what did you put on the table in terms of the quote-unquote injustices that Professor has alluded to, and the way in which they have been addressed?
Well, first, I wish, first of all, to actually make it understandable to every Kenyan out there. When the Mpeketoni massacre happened, within a period of about 13 to 14 hours after the attack had started quelling down, I went there and together with the area MP to give him that morale, and for those people as well to feel that Kenyans at large are with them. And I can assure you, and I wish this message as well to reach out to each and every person who is watching us right now and listening to us right now. It was very, very gruesome. It's something that you could actually believe that it is not someone who has a human heart that is capable of doing that. I have expressed not once, not twice, several times through use of the National Assembly. These issues are on record in the Hansard regarding the laxity of our security forces. This is not something that has just started today. What is actually happening and what we are seeing is things getting worse by the day. And we need to try and put a cap on it. And whether, whatever we say, whether we like it or not, the president and the person who is on the mantle, on the seat right now, is one Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And he is the president and he's the commander-in-chief of this country. We went to see him today, and we put in our issues very, very straightforward to him. And a number of members who were there, including myself, did express that we have total dissatisfaction with his whole security team and his whole organ, because it doesn't make sense to me how it takes 8 hours, a good 7 to 8 hours, for the security forces to actually be able to reach there. We have, a Navy base that is pretty near there. We have other bases, army bases that are pretty near there. I just do not understand how it took them 7 to 8 hours. And someone actually made a statement out of it that it would have been faster for someone to actually fly from the Middle East and get there by flight. It would have been easier and quicker. But these people, by the time I was leaving Mpeketoni, which was something close to about 5 o'clock in the evening the following day, there had been no trace. There was no one who had been known where they are, where they had gone to, had they disappeared within the crowd. The issue, and
forgive me if I may just advance what you're saying. What were your suggestions? Perhaps you could hold on a bit. What were your suggestions in particular regarding the grievances of the area? I was
it's not even the grievances of that particular area. It's the grievances of each and every person who is expecting and is experiencing these insecurities within the whole country. Is there something needs to be done regarding the security organs?
Security first, yes.
Yes.
Anything else?
He needs to change, first of all, those people who are in charge. We need to change the tactics and how we're dealing with these issues to do with security. And I personally expressed my sentiments as well to him, something that will be coming to the National Assembly, and I'm hoping that my friend here will be supporting me on this matter, whereby in the event, and this is something that already started, where an impeachment motion against one Olilenko has to be done.
Yeah. And that has begun in the House. In light of the current security challenges that are facing the country, court has already put off 2 rallies. Should they cancel them all entirely up until a point when the political tensions have cooled? Yes or no? I'll start with you, Manzo, and come round.
No.
No. Professor?
They should not cancel.
No, I think it's high time that they do cancel them.
And you're from the court?
I am, and I'm actually one of the most loyal members in the House.
All right.
Yes, they should cancel.
I was asking whether or not court should suspend those rallies indefinitely until the climate in the country is one of more ease. And I want to come to you, Nasir, because you are a court legislator and believe that they, in fact, should do so. Why? And why have you taken such a different stance from your party?
My job, my constitutional representation of my job, one of my duties is to represent, deliberate and come up with solutions for my people within the precincts of the National Assembly, within the extensions of the National Assembly, which means through committees, and by extension as well our engagement with the executive. The preamble of this constitution is pretty much very clear. The sovereignty of the people of this republic, or the sovereignty belongs to the people of this republic. By extension, we have only been given a timeline to be able to represent people. And after that timeline goes, the ownership of this country still does belong.
You believe your coalition is on the wrong course right now?
I strongly do believe so, yes. As well. It's not even an issue of me being disloyal to the party. My colleague can allude to this. I have been one of the most loyal lieutenants for the party issues when it comes to being in the House. But my principal loyalty and priority are for the people who elected me, for the people who entrusted me. 35,000 people went out, got hit by the sun and dust and you know, every other weather condition, so that I can be able to protect their interest. And their interest will not be protected by me going out and screaming my voice out on a public rally. Their interests will be protected by me deliberating on issues that can be able, and that is the reason why they elected me. You know, talking and defending the rights of the Constitution. When did the Constitution put us to a level that we are now, instead of representatives of the people, elected representatives of the people, we're now activists? What is the difference? What is the difference between us and the gentlemen and the women who went out of Parliament with pigs and pig blood and whatever it was and called us pigs?
So what you need to tell them, especially members of your own political party, is that there should be rules of engagement if they hold rallies. That is a different domain. But in terms of addressing the issue at question, please don't mix the two.
I think what is sorry, I'm taking but
we'll come to you after.
It's something that is a bit very because I come from a constituency, and I pride myself with that. I come from a constituency that is the most cosmopolitan constituency in this whole country. There is no religion that is not there. There is no tribe that is not there. You can never ever be able to say that you're going to win because of alienation of a certain tribe, because you know, figures are there that every single person is someone that I represent in there. And when we come up with statements like these, and whether we like it or not, these are people who are my friends, they are our colleagues. But and I'd like actually the whole nation who is actually watching us right now to take note that when we get into the corridors, and you are asking my colleague, what do you tell our colleagues when we meet them in the corridors after they've made statements like that, people actually laugh and people have a cup of tea together. Whilst what ends up happening is that we have ended up burning people's desires. You know, we all know that this country has a problem. We all know that this country has a wound that you know, that over the years there's an artificial surgery that has been put on it, but the wound is still deep inside. And every single time that we come up with a reckless statement, and this is human psychology, you know, you get up on stage, you see the crowd chanting your name, and you feel that, you know, you have the powers of God with you, and you can utter anything. And that is what is happening. And this is the reason why, not just myself, but other like-minded people who are from the different political divide are saying it is time for each and every one of us to put our brakes on our political tongues and take the interests of this country at heart.
I thank you for what you've said, and we must wind up here.